Today on Danger Close Customs, we'll be taking a look at the M+M Industries M10X. That's a lot of M's. So not to be confused with M&M's or Marshall Mathers. This company is M+M Industries, and this is their International Defense Rifle, the M10X. We'll go into more detail about this rifle and pistol in a little bit, but first we're going to address the issue that everybody struggled with, which is the ability to put on an arm brace. They sell a part that costs $150, and all it does is allow you to swap it out. So you could put a Zhukov stock on the rear, and if you have the pistol, that doesn't do you any good, so you'd have to get a tail hook brace to put on the Zhukov stock. That's 4 different parts you'd have to buy just to put this brace on there. You need the rear receiver piece to add the Zhukov stock. Then you'd need a adapter for the Zhukov stock to accept the tail hook brace. And then, of course, you need the Gearhead Works tail hook brace on there. So you're probably looking over $400 to $450 for the setup. So here's the solution I came up with. It's a Shockwave blade brace with a buffer tube adapter plate that I mounted to the back of the receiver, along with a custom molded Kydex cheek rest that I added to it. So it's not a very long brace adapter. You could extend it out just by moving your Shockwave blade back, unscrewing it and moving it back. But it would just change the aesthetics a little bit. But overall, I do like it. This is quite a long pistol to begin with for an AK pistol. So the balance for the weight is nice, having this shorter brace in the back. And it's also pretty sturdy. If you had the butt strike, you could, but I'd recommend just doing a muzzle brake strike instead of a butt strike with this weapon. Especially because it's not a butt stock. It is a brace. So you can see under the buffer tube at the end there, I have a QD sling mount that puts a little hole on either side to attach your quick detach sling. Next, you'll be able to see the back of the receiver where I've added the buffer tube attachment. It's just set upside down because you have to leave room for that button that allows you to separate the receiver upper and lower. So that's bolted into the back there. There is a hole already there, but it's not in a good spot. There's up against a ledge, so people have a hard time getting a brace adapter bolted up snug against the receiver. There's strangely also 4 tiny little threaded holes already drilled into the back of the receiver. There's just no existing plate that you could bolt on there. I did find a 3D printer file, but I don't have a 3D printer. So here you'll see this is where the ledge is in the back where the screw bolts on, and it's hard to get it to stay tight and flush against the receiver. So I used some different size washers to make some steps, and we're able to get it locked in tight. So real quickly here, I'll show you and fast forward, put it back together. You can see how this brace turned out. The Kydex molded piece there fills in the gap a little bit, so it lends some aesthetic purpose as well as giving you a good place to put your cheek and increase the height of the cheek rest a little bit. This being an arm brace, the straps also allow you to strap it on your arm. Easier step might be to SBR your weapon and just buy the Zhukov stock. You'd only need the adapter with that, plus your $200 tax stamp, which at this point I'm almost at a year and still haven't got my other tax stamp back yet, so that's low on my priority list. If you want the stock, I would just get a rifle version instead of the pistol version. The pistol version is still quite long. It's not really that short like other mini pistols are. I got the 45-degree angle backup sights on here, and it works really well. This length just happens to be one of those that works perfectly for the angled backup sights, and it's a long sight radius. Overall, this aluminum receiver lightens up a little bit, so is the action. The piston system puts a little bit of weight, but I still think it's a lot lighter than an AK-47 with a steel receiver of similar length barrel. So this somewhat of a lighter weapon, handles really well. I do believe I can change out my pistol grip for an AK pistol grip, so I might do that next. Showing you how you change the mags. That's a left side charging handle, and it's very convenient, easy to use. So this is considered somewhat an improvement over an AK-47, is being able to have that left-handed charging handle. Another part of the design that they integrated from the FAL. One YouTube video I saw, they said they had to ditch their steel AK mags. It's showing here that it fits in, it doesn't wobble or anything. And I did shoot the steel mags and it worked fine. Recoil impulse seems a little tamer than AK-47. I shot one side by side with this on the same day, and reviewing the video I can see the gun jumps a lot less. However, this is on the gas 2 setting, so it's shooting more gas in the system than the number 1 setting. I couldn't get it to run with the number 1 setting, as I'll show you here. I'm not sure what type of ammo is needed to use the gas 1 setting, but some other reviewers say they can't use it and some say they can. For this pistol, I was not able to get it to function in gas 1 setting. You can see here the action doesn't move at all after the shot. The gas 2 setting opens the holes up quite a bit, and I'll show that to you in a little bit. But I ran it here and it was very smooth functioning, pleasure to shoot. I shot a couple other AKs at the same time as this shoot and switched back and forth to see if I could tell the difference, and certainly could tell the difference. I enjoyed shooting this one a lot. Here you can see the holes as you adjust it from gas 2 to gas 1. The holes close out quite a bit. So if you're looking for this to use for a suppressor, I don't know if this will help you or not. I don't think it will run with a suppressor unless you run it in the normal gas 2 setting that I was able to run my gun on. And there's not really an adjustment then if it doesn't run, right? So you're not getting a actual feature. I mean, the FAL had 7 to 12 different gas settings you could use. And this just seems like you have the choice of on or off. And I don't really consider that adjustable gas. Would I recommend this rifle? I would say only if you are liking to try different types of weapons. You have several AKs already. I'd take a regular AK over this any day just because it's simple and works. We don't know how long these parts will last. If the other problems will exist. I commend M+M for giving a shot to make a different rifle for us. I've had their AKs before and they were great. So I hope to see the industry continue to support new weapons being developed. Leave me a comment in the comment section if you have any questions about this gun or any other gun. If you like guns in general, subscribe to my channel, Straight Fire. Thanks for watching. Danger close.